I'm going to look at Rick when I answer. I think that the splash pad is off the table. One of the issues at parks, layers of influences, parks operations and maintenance, is maintaining all of these water areas. Even if it wasn't a wading pool, but it was a surface and it just was, you know, the spray pad or the splash pad, that type of thing. The mechanical systems, the upkeep, that type of thing. Parks is at the point where they're needing to just maintain these green spaces and these extra elements. So it's been taken off the table, so we didn't present any sort of water play tonight. So.
David. My question is about grading changes near the ball fields. The first one is in the southeast corner. Are you talking about making grading changes on that, on the outfield edge?
That berm would stay intact as it is. It seems to work as a nice buffer between the field and the street. The question was, is there any grading changes proposed for this southeast corner? And the berm is still indicated underneath here, but we get the 200-foot outfield on that field by just putting more distance onto it, maybe adjusting that backstop.
Okay, and then on the other ball field, you talked about, you know, lengthening the short right field porch that's there. Would you do that by taking the ball field down and then putting the necessary retaining wall along the path? Or would you build the ball field up and put the retaining wall just north of the tree line there?
First thing is we try not to use any walls.
Yeah.
And because that's expense, so we'd like not to spend that. What we've looked at is if we start at, this black line is the property line, so really we can't do anything out here, this is the right of way. If we start here and move into the park, and we were to achieve a 4-to-1 grade, which means for every 4 feet we go horizontal, we can go 1 up. That's the maximum that Parks likes to mow. So if we did a 4-to-1 grade, that edge of that terrace, it would kind of coincide somewhere about with this gathering space in here, somewhere right about in there. So we can just get a 200-foot. So that would mean that what we're respecting is there's those SPU lines that run right through here. They're really not going to be crazy about us changing the grade. We asked about burying them more or uncovering them more, and I got varying answers, so I just thought we should probably stay away from that just to be safe. So this would be our catch point. So we would be maybe taking a little bit of the soil out here to flatten it and using some of that to fill this area down in here. So it's one of those kind of cut, fill, balance things. But definitely try not to do any walls.
So you said you put it out to about 200 feet. What's it at now as a point of reference?
Scaling it off of the drawings, the best I got is it's like 120, maybe. It's before it starts to slope off.
About reorienting the infield, so the infield, the home plate is at the northeastern corner instead. That way, that drop off is more in center field and not on the right field line. There's much less gradual slope near where the pump house is there.
Well,
late day sunshine safety issue.
He also has drop-off points for them dropping off the kids.
so question kind of answered, but what we're trying to do is this is all perceived as open space. And if we put the backstop in here, we've now chopped this into littler pieces. So we like that flow. That's where we said a lot of the elements in this park work really well. They just need to be improved. So we'd prefer to leave this one in the location it is just to maximize that feel of how much open space there is.
Okay, so I keep saying 2 more and then I'm a sucker and you guys keep getting more
We have 2 more.
So 2 more and then we really do have to cut it off because we have to be out of this room at 9. So we got to respect
We can clean up really fast.
I'm sure we can, but I also bet these 2 questions are going to take about 10 minutes to answer. So you and then.
In terms of getting creative about a dog park, I really would like a dog park. Some people, and not me, but some people come early in the morning and have their dogs off leash in that lower area. Can't something be formalized, like you can have your dog off leash in this area until 7 in the morning, 7 a.m. After that, you get a ticket. Before that, it's okay. Because it's true, though, that area is not used for most of the year and most of the days. There's some way they can have space used.
Nobody reads the signs anyway. Why do you read that sign?
I think we.
Well, I need the signs. I don't.
Most don't.
I don't.
It's more of a comment, and the comment is if the dog park were put in place of one of the baseball fields, then during the season of use, the scheduling issues would be challenging to get all the play in and all the games in. So I think that's the counterpoint, what we've heard, some of the feedback.
About being creative. So maybe during the time when it really needs to be used.
So I think that's a dog trainer, I have other questions.
Yeah, that's Rick. Rick said he would address that. So. Okay.
All right, so we're going to wrap up. Thank you. If you wanted to have a follow-up conversation, we're here.